Hello there. So today I'm going to talk about what you should be doing for your skin if you're in your 50s. And this really does depend on what you've been doing up until this point. So if you're attending clinic for a consultation and actually this is your first step into really worrying about what your skin looks like, then you're at a different starting point to somebody that has potentially been looking after their skin quite well up until this point. I mean, that's obvious. But I was thinking about, actually, this is my age group, and I was thinking about, what was available to me back in my 20s and 30s, and it really was very limited compared to what we have now. We really sort of have a good idea now of which sort of individual ingredients we're looking for within our skincare to address the sort of different problems that our skin has. And certainly when I was in my 20s, even going into my 30s, I wasn't using SPF. In fact, we were sort of sunbathing in baby oil, I think, weren't we? And there just wasn't SPF 30 around. It was SPF 4 or 8 if you were a bit of a sissy. So we're certainly seeing, in this age group, we're certainly seeing the effects of sun damage. So that could be sort of sunspots, hyperpigmentation, and it could even be sort of broken vessels, which are a little bit sort of genetically sort of influenced. If your parents have sort of lots of broken blood vessels on their face, then you're likely to follow suit. It's just luck, really, but certainly sun will sort of speed up that damage and make it appear worse, and may even add in other aspects of sun damage. And we now know that UV rays do attack your collagen and help to break it down. So that natural aging process that we all go through is accelerated by exposure to UV rays. So for those of us that weren't doing that great protection in our 20s and 30s, that's going to come back and haunt us about now. And certainly most people will be at some stage, either through it, still going through it, of their menopause. So that's either with or without HRT, but it all has an effect on our skin, and we will have seen a sort of drastic change probably towards, in our 40s and going towards our 50s. And now is that point of, you really want to start making a difference to the appearance of your skin because you're really noticing those signs of aging. So again, really good skincare is the essence. It's so important to be doing your homework, and that includes all the same sort of process as what we've been talking about for those in their 20s, 30s and 40s. You should be doing a twice a day regime using cleanser morning and evening. In the morning, you're taking off the sort of grease that you've produced overnight, natural sort of grease, and that sort of regeneration and renewal and repair of your skin that happens overnight. You should be taking off your makeup and potentially doing a double cleanse in the evening. Now, you can use a toner. Some people really like it, others sort of steer clear of it. So it's not essential, but there are some really nice toners out there which help to restore the pH of your skin after you've cleansed it. And I really recommend those, and it feels really nice on the skin. You should be using serum twice a day, but again, like in your 40s, you should be choosing the sort of serums that are actually benefiting your skin problems. So in the morning, you're looking for an antioxidant potentially, so vitamin C or niacinamide, otherwise known as vitamin B. And you should be adding in a moisturiser in the morning, nice light moisturiser which sits nicely under makeup. In the evenings, your night care should probably include some sort of retinol or bakuchiol, which is the sort of slightly milder, has a slightly milder effect than retinol, and you don't have the same issues with exposure to sun with the bakuchiol. Retinol will just help to sort of speed up that skin cell turnover, which is sort of slowed down so much by the time we get into our 50s. So for your nighttime moisturiser, you will really be noticing a lot of sort of dehydration issues in your skin. It really does start to dry out at this stage. So boosting the hydration and sort of locking that in is really important. So look for some really relevant night moisturizers. They're a little bit thicker, a little bit stickier, but also you could think about doing sort of once or twice a week some of these moisture masks. So the overnight masks that is just like a thick layer really of a really good moisturizer, and it just boosts that hydration of your skin. And from a clinic treatment point of view, you should be looking at addressing issues of the epidermis, the outer layer, and the dermis, which is where all the action sort of takes place. So you should be looking at some sort of exfoliation. So I always recommend the glycolics, unless you've got really sensitive skin, they are so good. And probably steer clear of things like microdermabrasion at this stage, because if you have developed some sort of deeper wrinkles and your skin is looking a little bit more fragile than it was, microdermabrasion, won't help that. It's not the same for everybody, but and then on top of that, you should be looking at some sort of collagen induction for the dermal layer. So boosting your collagen, renewal and repair by using microneedling, radiofrequency, some laser treatments will benefit you. So we talked about HIFU, which is the high intensity focused ultrasound. And this is also known as the non-surgical facelift. So this goes at a little bit of a deeper level than the dermis. So this will boost the collagen renewal in what we call the SMAS layer, which is the layer of sort of fibrous collagen-rich tissue which holds your skin onto your muscle of your face and neck, sort of going down towards your décolletage. So by boosting the collagen in that area, you really sort of help to improve those sort of signs of sagging. So sort of in the jowl area, we can do it around the eyes, forehead, and particularly in the neck and this bit under here. It works really well in the submental area, which is this bit under here that some people call it turkey neck. So yeah, so we've seen some really good results there. But this is the sort of thing that you should be doing regularly now, once a year, is your HIFU top-ups. So essentially what you're looking to do, if you've already done quite a lot of work with your skin up until this period of time, then you're really looking at maintenance and continuing on with that protection. And SPF is really key to this. It's not too late to start protecting your skin from the sun. You don't want to look like Madge from Benidorm. So do use SPF 50 from this point onwards. And I would say probably all year round at this stage. And you do have to have realistic expectations, because, if your skin has already started to show signs of aging, reversing that is much more difficult in this decade. But it's possible to make your skin look much better, for the dermis to be much plumper, and to reduce those fine lines and wrinkles, and just for it to look a little bit more glowy. The exfoliation will just take off that sort of dull appearance of dry aging skin. So it's really worth being really consistent with what you're doing, trusting the process, and definitely sticking to those interval times that we recommend for getting the best out of every treatment that you do. But I think most of all, your home skincare is really, really important in this age group.